Hi, welcome to part 7. So we will look at some more questions on solution architect professional. If you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with certifications, 1,000 plus videos on what? On AWS Cloud, Azure, and GCP. So consider the case you are working for example Infosys. So and you also work from home, hybrid mode. So from home also you can connect to the application as well as from Infosys also you can connect to your applications. Okay. So that means there are both the ways of accessing it. How is the client network connected? I mean, they are using direct connect link. Okay, so they are not using from the office, from on-premises. On-premises means office. From Infosys office, you are not using internet to connect to your VPC, but you are using direct connect link. It's the most safest option. Now, how do you want to design the routing for the above requirements? Okay, so the question is about routing. Routing. Okay, so we have broken down the question. Where is the application server residing? It is residing in Amazon VPC. All users from the internet will access it. People from on-premises will also access it. And we have to give a routing designer routing requirement to meet this thing. So we need a routing solution. Okay. So first, I would like to give a brief overview of there is a concept called internet gateway. If, for example, from your VPC, you want to talk to internet, you enable this. Then only you can talk. For example, you have an application or you have a VPC and you want to access Twitter because you are so lazy bum that you don't want to work and you want to spend time unnecessarily on social media. You can do that, boss. Don't worry. There is no right or wrong. Everything is okay. AWS direct connect, you are talking to your girlfriend, you want direct connection, you don't want any interruption, anybody to hack and listen to what you are talking about. But you use direct connect, that is the most secure manner. So that's why from the client network to the data center in AWS, we set up direct connect because we want the safest route. Nobody else should be using it. The other concept is called route table. It contains set of rules called routes so that based on the traffic that is coming in from the subnets, they can be redirected. And then there is something called border gateway protocol. This is a routing protocol. Okay, so route tables and this one BGP both are related to routing and they exchange routing information between autonomous systems. Like what? Autonomous systems like what? Like your on premises, like AWS. When you're on premises, this is your on premises, this is your AWS. They want to talk to each other, you can do that. Okay, BGP will help you. So now you have understood the concepts of four key technology. Okay, option A, this is the solution they are trying to propose. There are some key problem areas. I mean, this solution will not work. First of all, they are making use of default route. Anything with default route is screwed up, and anything with default is screwed up. For example, you were born by default in a family. Whatever the financial condition was, whatever the struggles were with your parents and etc., that is a default condition. But you stay in the default mode till you die. That is critically wrong. You should not. You should have tried to improve that condition if that was the case. Now, if you are already born in somebody's house like Ambani, okay, enjoy your life, man. Probably you did some good deeds in the past. You are reaping the benefits. Okay, so what is the problem with using default route? If you use that, the traffic will be routed back to the on-premises network. So people from internet, they are trying to access Twitter, etc., and they are accessing your application from the internet. Now, what happens is through your application, through the direct connect, it comes to your on-premises network, which is not the requirement. You don't want to do that. So this is wrong. This will not serve the purpose of routing. We want to route, but we don't want to see. You are traveling from one place to the other place, point A to point B. You want to reach point B. Okay. What if somebody says, okay, you told me to route, I am going to take you from point A to point D, point D to point F to point C. Boss, routing is not the goal. Routing at the right destination is the goal. For example, if you are working in an office, there are few critical tasks that will take you from one position to the other position from a promotion standpoint. But there are a lot of tasks which will not help you doing that, and those tasks are noisy. So, as an individual, you will have to take a call which are those high value tasks which will help me promote, and which are those tasks which are categorized as noise. I have to do it, but I don't want to spend a lot of time and intellectual capacity doing those tasks. The option B, this is a solution they are suggesting. They are trying to make use of BGP. This is what we want to use because BGP is meant for routing. Like I explained you in the concept, BGP is meant for routing. BGP is meant for routing. This is good, 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 good. Okay. Now, in this case, what will happen? On-premises access, if you propagate these specific rules from on-premises network to AWS via BGP or over the direct connect, so what will happen? It will allow the traffic from your on-premises. network destined for those specific subnets of a VPC. So it will correctly route. So from your OP, this is your OP on premises, and this is your AWS. So you want to route and come here, this will happen, man. This will happen. This is what exactly what you want. Point A to point B, you want to get routed? Yes, this will do it. This option is doing it for you. Okay, you have address. See, there are two requirements. One is how will on-premises people access it? How will people outside in the internet they will access it? That is public. So on-premises one we have addressed. Okay. What about people from internet? See, internet users, this guy is addressing it here. Internet users, the applications, the subnets from where the servers reside using the internet gateway. This is also will be addressed. So the conclusion is it meets both the requirements. Internet traffic will use default route to the IDW, and on-premises traffic will use BGP to get routed. Simple. So option B is most likely our answer, but we will also look at C and D as well. See, the problem is C is they're telling first I will have single routing table with two default routes. See, the first thing is single table cannot have two active default routes. That is the first. You are going against the rule itself. Okay, a person cannot be a man and a woman at the same time. Okay, what if we still do it? It will lead to ambiguous behavior. Ambiguous behavior. Yeah, you will never know this guy is a man or a woman. It is ambiguity. There is ambiguity. That is still fine. Nature has created. That is still fine. No debate about that. But if you yourself are designing this solution and you want to go correct, you will do it the right first time. Nature has not done it right first time for some people. Where that's very unfortunate. But then we as human beings, if we it is in our hand to do certain things, we will do it correct. So that's why we will not use two active default routes. So Earth is for everybody. Everybody can have lead their life irrespective of their choices and etc. See, the other thing is they are trying to make use of VPN and not direct connect. See, VPN, the scenario specifies direct connect. The question, what did the question say? Because I'm already using direct connect. Then why are you giving me option which is making use of VPN? See, VPN and direct connect are replacement. Somebody people don't have a lot of money and they don't have that much of security requirement. They don't go for direct connect. They go for VPN. But if I have Mercedes Benz, why will I go for to buy Honda? I'm already in the A class. Okay, will Ambanis buy Honda? No, Ambanis will not buy Honda. Okay, they will buy Lamborghini and etc. All those cars, Phantom and those kind of things. So this solution will not work. This is okay. Option D. We'll decode this also. Option D also. See, this is the solution they are proposing. They will use two routing tables. See, option C. What they were telling. I will use one routing table. I will have two active default routes. Here they are telling, okay, boss, don't worry. I will use two routing tables. On that has a default router via internet gateway. See, even if you have two routing tables, it does not matter. A subnet can only be associated with one minute. See, even you if you have three girlfriends, two girlfriends, it does not matter. You can only marry one. But you can only marry one. Here also, you may have so many routing tables. You can only associate one route table at a time. So what is the point of providing two routing tables? Why are you making too smart? Okay, and this problem, this option still has the problem of VPN gateway. Because we have already told you that we are using direct connect. Why are you now replacing that with VPN? We don't want to use VPN. Okay, so both the options, I mean, both these kind of solutions will not work. Option D is wrong. Okay, we have established now why option B is correct. This is a summary why it is correct. You can pause and read it. Okay, this would be our final answer, option B. We have given enough explanation. Yeah, this is good because why? See, first thing, we are having one routing table with one default route, simple, and via the internet gateway. Who will use internet gateway? The people from the internet. Okay, then they are also having for on-premises. What are they having? They are having BGP. Okay, BGP is good for on-premises because it also works with direct channel. So we are then associating the routing table with all VPC subnets. This is a perfect solution. So one question itself took so much of time to explain. This is a very complex certification. You need to understand the logic, etc., etc. I watched a movie, and in that somebody took a lift, and they told, "Okay, what is your name?" And he told, "Okay, नाम बताते बताते गोवा पहुंच जाएंगे." नाम बताते बताते गोवा पहुंच जाएंगे. I think it was from the movie Masti. Here also, story बताते बताते options करते करते we will clear the certification. Okay, you control access to XP buckets and objects with what? Okay, this is the most easiest question that can be asked in this professional certification exam. See, if I look at the options straight away, I can say all of these will be used. See, with IAM, you can control access. These IAM policies are fundamental way of controlling access. You can create policies and you can attach the IAM policies to users groups and roles. Okay, so this is the most fundamental. Then you have ACLs. ACLs are legacy access control mechanism. Like currently, AWS says most do not use it. You go for with IAM, but it is also available. So they allow to grant basic read-write permissions to other accounts and predefined groups. You can use it while still supported. AWS recommends to use IAM policies and bucket policies. Now, bucket policies, see, bucket policies, these are resource-based policies when you attach to the S3 bucket. So, what can you do? They can define permissions. For whom? For whom? For whom? For AWS accounts, for IAM users, roles, etc. etc. Okay, bucket policies are useful for why they are useful for granting cross-account access and enforcing organization-wise control. For example, you create a bucket and you can give access to other accounts. Okay, so everybody need not copy that bucket's data into their account, etc. They don't want to do that. You can do it through bucket policy. Okay, considering the functionalities for each option, it is clear that all three play a major role in controlling the access. So that's why option D is our answer. Okay, if you find that I'm talking too fast, then you can put this video in you can watch it in 0.75 speed. That will help you understand this. Primarily for non-Indian people. Okay, the next question, the IT, AWS IT infrastructure that provides complies with the following IT standards, including this. The AWS IT infrastructure that AWS provides. Okay, they're saying, boss, AWS is already providing our infrastructure. What are the standards with which it complies? Which standards it complies? Does this comply with all of them? See, the answer is all of them. It complies with all of them. Okay, now if you want to have a look at few of them, see, SOC, what it does, it will assess the design and operating effectiveness of controls. Okay, it is related to confidentiality, integrity, security, availability. So, I was working for a bank and Pricewaterhouse was the auditor. They were trying to understand our design and operational effectiveness. Why? They are trying to see if proper controls are put in all the applications or not to make it highly secure. The security for banks is absolutely crucial, and that is something which that is why auditors are put, and they are they go very deep with the configurations and etc. from a security standpoint. Now, okay, FISMA, FedRAMP, etc. These are for federal information. That means these are for US government. Anything with US government, everybody has to comply with. Okay, yeah, because they have to keep those kind of information. So DOD, Information Insurance Certification, etc., is a legacy department of defense framework. So if you want to see, nobody AWS, Azure, GCP, nobody will say, hey, my systems can only be used for non-defense people. No, boss, I can also use it for military people. I can also use it for Air Force people. So that is why the government of US says, boss, if you want to use AWS for this, are you complying with these certifications? The AWS says, yes, boss, we have already complied. We have gone through your government and taken this kind of certifications. We complied to it. Now, the other certification is PCI. PCI is for what? For card payment. See, you are trying to make an application which is very secure with respect to card payment. So, will you go on any Tom, Dick, and Harry cloud and try to do it? Will you go on Alibaba cloud? Because Alibaba cloud, I don't know how secure it is. It is secure. It is relatively good in terms of Chinese infrastructure. But when it was launched, people were not very sure about it. So AWS had more credibility in this case, and you can build this. So when you are trying to build this application, you will ask the platform, right? You will ask the platform, does your infrastructure comply to PCI guidelines? Yes, it complies. See, everybody has to comply because this is about data privacy and security provisions. Everybody has to comply. So by default, AWS will definitely do it. Comments. So that is why our answer is all of the above. It complies to all of the above. So in short, if you want to see, A, it is all about assessing your design for security. B is all about for US government defense kind of data you want to keep. You want to certify them. C is for card data. You are storing card data. You are enabling online payments, etc. D, HIPAA is all about data privacy and security. That everybody has to do it. So AWS also does it. Now, in spite of all of these kind of beautiful explanations we are giving, if you are not subscribing, boss, tell me what else should I do so that you subscribe. I want your subscriptions and I want you to get on the cloud journey. There are 1,000+ videos on AWS, Azure, and GCP. Okay, these are three cloud platforms. Why we are using these three cloud platforms? Because हम चिरकुट लोग के लिए design और पढ़ते नहीं. We only go with leaders, AWS, Azure, and GCP. These are three cloud platforms which are leaders. Do not spend your time on IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, Salesforce Cloud, etc. etc. Nowadays, every company is trying to create their own cloud platform, but they have already missed the bus. Okay, this brings us to the end of this part. There are lots of questions which are kept in members area. Become a cloud kernel member. It's a very small premium. You can keep getting accessing that set of questions. Very small premium, and there are certification questions for entry level, intermediate, advanced certifications. All of those. So please be prepared. See, this certification is a complex one. You will have to focus on the concepts. Do not try to just rectify the answers because the high chances are same questions will not come. It will be similar. You will, if you are very clear in your head with the concepts that we are explaining here, you will clear the certification.